Hello, mommies and daddies and teacher. Thank you for watching this video. I know na wala tayong opportunity to really meet up and sit down together to explain yung ating presentation for the cantata. But hopefully this video will be able to give you an idea what we are targeting, looking for, at least for the presentation. And at the same time, ano yung mga requirements na kailangan natin gawin in the next couple of days. Now, mayroon akong prepare na document na kung saan it actually highlights the flow of the presentation. Tsaka yung mga details of the presentation, including the theme, the costume, some target deadlines, and I just would like to share it with you. But before we proceed there is, I just would like to probably highlight na ang gawin nating communication media is yung ating group chat. So as you do your videos, you can use that group chat or Facebook group chat para you can ask questions and we can give you answers for that. What's going to happen is teacher will be helping me in terms of getting all these videos, and at the same time we will all them put together into one video. I will be using my tools. Currently I have at least an iMovie, a Mac that I can use to edit the videos para at least mas seamless yung experience. Yeah, we will be targeting at least the set deadlines that we put there in the document. Okay, sige. Let me first share my screen, more likely. Okay, now in the document itself, as you can see, the title of our presentation is Tuloy na Tuloy Pa Rin ang Pasko. So I know that some of you are familiar with this already. You've heard this before either from Apple or Orange and Lemons. But we are actually inspired when we were thinking of a presentation to actually do a station ID. But from the conversation in the flow, at least of the whole cantata, we realized na, okay, so we can extend that a little bit. Instead of just having like a station ID, we can have a little bit of an acting for the kids para mas ma-highlight yung talents nila. And in one way or the other, magkaroon din sila ng parang video time or screen time. Now the theme is actually aligned as well with the overall theme, which is Glory to God in the highest, if I'm not mistaken. But what we were trying to put into this Christmas cantata, and while you also do your video, is we are trying to inspire and give hope to the viewers about the current situation and the reality of our life, no? As you can see, yung mga materials na ginamit namin dito, including yung mga scenes that we've considered, are all based on what is happening, no? The use of technology, families that are truly affected by the pandemic, and at the same time, what is going to happen next? Do we still have Christmas? And the song actually is so perfect, kaya pinapamemorize din namin sa kids. Kasi nga, it says there na sapat nang si Jesus ang kasama mo, tuloy na tuloy pa rin ang Pasko. So we will be highlighting that specific statement para makita ng mga audience on what we would like to share with them, no? To give them hope, at least in the coming Christmas season. So that's what is the overall theme is all about. Now, as you can see, it was actually inspired by this. You can watch this probably in your free time. But if you can see in this station ID from ABS-CBN before, I think it is 2006, may kita nyo na what they did is the song Tuloy na Tuloy ang Pasko, they didn't really focus on the artist that they usually do. Ginawa nila ng parang storyline. And each of the parang may symbolism, no? Each of its each of its symbol has a representation on a real life scenario. Technically, ganun din yung gagawin natin. However, ang parang symbolism natin are the kids. So each kid with their families will be acting something or a scenario that is assigned to you. The scenario that is assigned to you might be something that you can do as a family, but you can also change that, no problem. If you can think of other great ideas that you can have as a scenario, mas maganda, no? So you can watch this so that at least you can see. But basically, may dalawang scenario per family, no? per student. Merong scenario one is the effect of the pandemic. So ipapakita natin kunyari malungkot na bata kasi walang celebration. That's 1 minute. And then papakita nyo rin na okay lang, no celebration, but we're complete and we're happy. That's another minute. And then ang gagawin natin, idudugtong-dugtong natin sila dun sa presentation or dun sa song that would make like a whole flow of different stories coming from different families. So that's what the overall idea is all about. You know? And we can go into details now. Okay. So the music is Tuloy na Tuloy ang Pasko. I think Teacher Fred has already given you this video. We request siguro the kids to memorize the Tuloy na Tuloy ang Pasko, the chorus part, because hingi rin kami ng mga snippets or video snippets from you ng mga them singing actually the chorus part. At least the chorus part lang. Yung mga stanzas and all, inisip namin na kasi baka mahirapan pa yung kids and that would take time. So ang gawin na lang natin, we focus na lang our attention mostly on the scenarios para at least the family can focus on that at hindi rin masyadong maraming requirements. Sige. Another thing is, like what I mentioned, that this is inspired by the ABS-CBN station idea. I just would like to highlight that because this is not an original idea talaga. No? So, but we patterned it into a really good material that has been there, and I think it's also a good. It's actually the perfect time also to unearth it again, and maipakita natin during the Christmas Cantata. Now there will be major segments in the presentation. There will be an opening scene, to which I'm going to explain later. Merong group chat scene. The group chat scene, ang ginawa ni Teacher Fred, he actually made the script and identified students muna for this scene. No? And then merong Zoom class scene na kung saan yung Zoom class scene will be done in the actual class nila. And they're targeting it this Thursday, December 2, during their MAPE. So hopefully that all the kids are available during that time for them to be involved in this scene. And then the actual station ID, to which I'm going to show as well later. So performers, Teacher Fred, students, I asked Teacher Fred to enumerate, but he already had enumerated. Parents will be included in the station ID, and then insert performances. So kasi towards the end ng presentation, mostly nung song, siya parang highlight, it's a grand chorus, and we would like, since it's already a celebration, glorifying the Lord, magkukuha tayo ng mga insert videos from different people. In fact, nirequest din natin si Teacher Fred to have videos from teachers, from common people. Tapos magda-download din ako ng mga videos from the web ng mga available na kunyari soldiers that are dancing, frontliners that are also performing para mapakita natin sa kanila that they're part of the glorifying and celebrating this Christmas season. Okay, costumes. Meron lang tayong ilang costumes. Hindi na siya mahirap technically na siguro available na to sa inyong household. First is the group chat scene. Like what we mentioned, the group chat scene is only identified students. So probably it's more of really them na nakapangbahay. Kung mas maganda kasi nakapantulog kasi, the scene is technically 3 students waking up in the morning and realizing about the pandemic. And I will be explaining a little bit further. So if your son is one of the kids, we would like to recommend something like this, para at least para siyang mas thought through na costume, hindi lang basta nagsuot lang yung bata ng any of the dress, something like that. Zoom classes naman, the usual upper dress, our kids were in the class, and most likely since it's the Thursday, more likely they're in the PE uniform. So I think it's fine. I think the highlight there is really the conversation, kasi yun yung para magiging bridge from the actual reality to them agreeing on something and doing the station ID eventually. And then in the session ID, magre-request lang tayo. If possible, kung meron tayong mga short sleeve na polo, or if not, kahit t-shirt, okay lang din. Pero gawa lang natin ng parang a little bit of a Christmas highlight. And then shorts, kung possible na yung touch ng color ng mga damit ng mga kids natin are, colors ng Christmas like red, green, white, gold. Maganda kasi siya, inisip kasi natin yung visual content. Napapansin ko kasi in the previous years sa presentation sa LSCA, tinatagpi-tagpi yung mga Pero maganda kasi pag pinagtagpi-tagpi mo siya, it still blends and presents a certain form of still like a Christmas presentation. So ganun siya. So kung mga kids natin like naka-red sila, tapos may naka-green, tapos may naka-orange, naka-gold, mas maganda siyang tignan visually. Hindi naman na natin kailangan mag-agree on the colors. Any color will do. Ako na lang bahala mag-format to make it more pleasing and striking to the eye. Para yung the whole experience itself. In fact, if you can see yung experience as well ng dito sa Tuloy na Tuloy ang Pasko, lahat ng scenes nila mayroong touch of Christmas color. Na ganun siya na. So, ito yung mga unnoticed na mga details usually ng mga videos. And maganda to kasi it sticks to the mind, ano, na parang pag nakita nila, oh, ito yung ginamit nung level 4. Oh, ito yung ginawa ng level, something like that. No? So, yes, so I think maganda rin if we can at least follow through yung ganung ano. And yeah, I think it's more on the costumes. If possible, white. Ito actually hindi nga short sleeves, but if there are something like a short sleeve or if not, something like this, a touch of red, mas maganda for our kids. And nasabi ko rin dito na there will be some shots wherein yung mga filler shots natin, ito, yung like nag-hold ng Christmas lights. Inisip ko kahit wag na lang kasi additional video na naman siya. So pwede ako makakuha sa web. Actually, meron din akong mga nakatabing video shot. Pwede ko na lang idagdag. Maganda kasi siya that it's night, it's colorful, yan, something like that. And then at the end kasi rin, i-end natin yung actual station ID na lahat ng sons natin may hawak na candle. And then one by one, they will blow it. No? So parang ganun. Until na the screen turns black. In fact, we will be starting the actual video in black. So it started at black and then it will end in black. So parang there is parang sa Lion King circle of life, but it's black and then it ends in black. Pero merong explicit movement ng grand kasi grand yung end to a very toned down ending. And then sa ending, maglalagay lang tayo ng pag madilim na, maglalagay lang tayo ng mga caption para yung full attention ng audience nandun sa caption. And I think the caption is what really matters there. It's reminding them that Jesus is the reason for this and we glorify him, something like that. So yan yung gagawin. Pero mas gagawin lang natin medyo artistic na hindi lang siya basta lang dinark. So the kids are blowing the candles individually, including Teacher Fred. Probably Teacher Fred will be the last one to blow. And then we showcase the words one by one in a dramatic fashion para at least may parang multong hininga towards the end, something like that, dun sa presentation. For the family shots, ito, I requested ng mga sample videos from the kids. And the reason behind is, kasi ako rin yung nag-edit ng videos natin during kay Teacher Ramil. If you can remember one of the videos we presented last year, yung David and Goliath, ako yung nag-pattern na. One thing that I've noticed, iba-iba yung quality ng videos natin. So parang hindi siya seamless experience. Una, hindi lahat pare-pareho ng if it's landscape or portrait, yung orientation hindi pare-pareho, that's number one. And then number two, yung quality of the video itself. Plus what is seen in the video, it's not the same. Yan nga, parang walang visual consistency. So para mas maging consistent tayo, what we would like to ask for the parents, when you shoot your scenarios videos, mas maganda na parang ganito, na parang, again, meron naman siyang shade of Christmas at the background. Hindi naman necessarily dapat gabi, pwede ring umaga, pero meron siyang, a little shot of green, red, again, white. It can be a white, it can be, or if not, kung wala talagang background, pwede rin yung damit ninyo as a family. No, kung si San naka-red, pwedeng naka-white si mommy, tapos naka-green naman si daddy. So pwedeng ganun. Kung wala talagang visual at the background. So para at least consistent din yung nakikita dun sa video. Okay, so at least nagkakaroon na kayo ng idea how the video would look like. So sabi ko nga rito, there is no need to buy. You can be as creative as you can be. Now, mostly dun sa scenarios kasi we would like to give you that freedom to decide paano nyo siya i-act upon so hindi natin siya parang scripted. But if you need help on what is the best for this 2 minute, 1 minute for the the 2 minutes, let us know this a chat para we can help you. Okay. Now on the video details, all shots can be done using your mobile phone, to which I already requested for a sample video, a video recorder, or any device that can be converted, that can actually convert video files like MP4, AVI, whatever that is, okay lang. Ako na lang bahala pagka hindi in-accept ng tool, ako na lang bahala mag-convert. Pero pag, for example, after conversion, medyo na distract ng konti yung video, I'll let you know. Para at least, let's see what we can do. Okay. Also, we will request a sample video. I just mentioned that already in the chat, that we requested for a sample video para makita ko lang the quality of the video. Thank you for those parents who already submitted, and to those who didn't, mas maganda if you can, para at least we can give you an advice. Now, except for the dance part, ito important to ha, except for the dance part, we will video all the scenes landscape. Meaning, pag nag-video kayo ng scenarios nyo or other, apart from the dance ng mga bata, pahiga lagi yung cellphone. So like, for example, this is the cellphone, pwedeng pahiga dapat siyang ganito, hindi siya patayo pagka shoot. So laging nakahiga. Kaya siya ha? Para, like what I mentioned, it has to be consistently, visually consistent. Bakit nakatayo apart from dun sa dance? Bakit yung portrait yung dance or nakatayo? Kasi ang plano namin dun sa dance, gagawin namin siyang parang TikTok. And usually kasi the TikTok is not landscape, it's portrait. So habang sumasayaw yung kids, maglalagay kami ng parang TikTok sign dito sa ilalim. Sorry, for it lang to look like it's actually a TikTok dance. And again, it's the touch of the current. No? Para at least everyone can relate. Hindi lang basta lang clinaster mo doon na nagsasayaw. For example, si Mark Sven or si Ezekiel. But it is deliberately thought through na that the kid is dancing because he's dancing on a TikTok video, for example. Something like that. So yeah, para at least mas ma-relatable naman siya dun sa mga kids on the recent generation. Okay, so timelines and deadlines. So may naglagay lang kami dito ng mga timelines and deadlines. Nandito na tayo ngayon sa December 1. So actually tomorrow, November 30, while I'm recording this. Yung submit lang yung sample videos, kids memorize the chorus parts, and those who with solo, well, ito kasi tinanggalan namin, so technically wala na yung solo part. So everyone will sing na lang the chorus part para at least menos na sa video. December 2, this is on Thursday, Zoom class segment shoot during MAPE class, like what I mentioned. Now you have exactly like 4 days or at least 5 days to finalize the videos. No? And that's going to be Thursday next week. Thursday or Wednesday next week, I'm not sure. But December 8, deadline submitting the videos from students and parents. Also on the inserts from the community, this is between me and teacher friend. And then we will be finalizing lang the Zoom call video para at least isang insert na lang siya dun sa actual flow. Then requesting to ni Teacher Fred na December 10 to 12, this is going to be me. As soon as I have all the materials, ipagsama-samahin ko na sila ng at least 2 days. Kasi gusto ni teacher that December 13, may pasa na natin na Sunday. They'll starting Monday nung week na yon, December 17, mag-run through na sila. And maganda kasi, may nandun na tayo, naka-station na tayo. So all we have to do is just wait. No? And I think the crucial part lang talaga is this too. If you can help us parents, and I think this is also one way of us working together. We never done that before. Probably not really explicitly, but if you can help us, have this deadline met, para at least I have ample time also to create. Kasi the joining together also might take time. Lalo na kasi first time ko pa makita yung video, so I have to do some adjustments. And then December 17, that's going to be the Cantata Day. So, and then i-upload natin siya sa YouTube, pero private muna prior 17. Pero on the 17th, gawin na natin siyang public. So if you have like relatives na hindi nakapanood ng Cantata, you want to share it to your relatives to abroad or from any parts of the Philippines, you may do so. Okay? Now, where to submit the videos? Binigay na rin namin to yung Google Drive natin. Meron kami narinig na balita last time na nagkakaroon ng problem yung Google Drive. But kindly try siguro tomorrow if you can upload. If not, hanap kami ng way ni Teacher Fred in order for us to up. Kasi mas maganda na upload siya dito eh. Ang difference kasi, pag in-upload mo siya sa Facebook, bumababa yung quality. Kasi ang ginagawa ng Facebook, kino-convert niya into a lower file format yung video. So, ang nangyayari, mas in one way or the other, hindi na talaga high quality compared dun sa kakakuha nyo lang ng video and in-upload nyo dito diretso kasi yung actual file talaga ina-upload niya. So, ganun siya. So, medyo nadi-distort minsan ng konti from Facebook. That's why we're recommending as much as possible dun sa para pure quality na kukuha ko and then ganun din, may insert ko siya dun sa as a quality video. Pagka sa YouTube naman diniretso din, yan, ida-download ko rin siya using a tool. So ganun din, mako-convert din siya into another file compared to diretso from your cell phone or your device or recording device. Okay, and then like what we mentioned, Teacher Fred will be opening a Facebook group chat so that you can share your questions if you have, and we already have the chat. And I encourage the parents to, ask questions there. Okay, mahiya para at least ma-answer, makitulungan namin kayo agad. Now, before we go dun sa required video shots per student, sige, I think we can go na to the required video shots. Number 1 is selected students. So group chat scene videos, Lee David, Marcus Ben, and Marcus Joaquin. I'll explain later kung ano ina-expect natin dun sa scene itself. Number 2, these are also for ito na yung sinasabi ko na highlight. Each student is given a scenario. That is a default scenario, but if you have any scenarios in mind na you think is much appropriate for your family or mas easier for you to execute, kayo na lang pong bahala. And just kailangan lang namin is 2 video or pwedeng isang video lang to diretso. 1 minute showcasing the downside and then 1 minute showcasing the hopeful side of the scenario. So for example, sabi ko nga, nalulungkot for example si Rohan dahil hindi sila nakapag-celebrate this year, and then siguro si Mommy biglang maglalabas ng regalo, then matutuwa si Rohan. That's already like 2 minutes of a show or a presentation. Now, kung gusto niyo makakuha ng inspiration, may bagong Christmas ad ang McDonald's na parang may nag-deliver na Santa Claus. Although it's a Santa Claus, but you can see how it is shown in the screen. Makikita nyo na the kid is hoping for Christmas and then so on and so forth. Kasi Mommy nagsasabit ng something sa Christmas tree and then dumating si Santa Claus, yung pala yung delivery guy lang yun, and then something like that. And then number 3 is the dance steps. Yung sabi ko na pag ni-record siya dapat nakatayo, but the others dapat nakahiga. Yung dance step lang is dance step is the instrumental and the last chorus part. So you can use this video. You can click naman this video when you get it. Sorry, wala dito. So hanapin nyo lang po itong 253 hanggang ending and then sabayan lang ng kids yung step. So pwede naman na may music pagka binidyo po ninyo. Kasi ang mangyayari, tatanggalin ko yung music. So ang mag-empower na music is yung talagang music ng mismong video natin. So okay lang. So just record the kid while dancing and dapat po nakatayo. Kasi gagawin natin siyang TikTok. So the more snappy or the more masayang kids natin, the better. Number 4, students singing the chorus part. Ito na yung sa sample video natin. Pero ngayon ito na yung actual. So yung costume na ginamit nyo dito po pwede kasi isang shot na lang yung ginamit nyo dito sa family student, yun na rin gamitin nyo dito sa dance step na costume ng bata. At yun na rin yung costume niya rin dito sa student singing the chorus part. So kahit nakatayo lang siya sa likod, sa tapat ng Christmas tree, or nakatayo siya sa wall, or kayo na pong bahala, kahit saan. Basta sabi natin may guidelines lang na merong visually nakikita na Pasko. So ganun siya. So ang nakalagay po dito, merong like what I mentioned, pwede pong kantahin na may music sa background. Kasi naman to, -1. So kantahin lang po nila. Ang gagawin ko kasi papatong-patungin ko. And ang sabi ko kay Teacher Fred, maganda rin kasi na yung video hindi rin perfect. Maganda rin meron siyang element of parang reality. Yung parang pag nakita nyo po hindi masyadong pulido. Kasi pag pulido masyado, it's like parang masyadong rehearsed. Pag may mga ganitong not so really good, mas gumaganda yung video kasi mas nagiging mas reality. Lalo na tong part na to, yung chorus part. Kasi it's the highlight of the celebration itself. Okay, so nilagay ko rin dito yung chorus lyrics para for your guidance. And then, ito na nga po yung blowing of the candle. So, pakita ko lang, meron kaming ginawa ni Lee David as your guide. So technically, in the count of 3, so una, madilim lang, katulad nito, maganda rin na madilim talaga, so walang back. Okay lang naman kahit hindi masyadong madilim, basta it's a candle that is highlighted. And then in the count of 3, ang gagawin lang, ibablow lang, then didilim. So ganun siya. So, one by one, dumidilim until ang maiwan na lang si Teacher Fred. And then once he blows it, doon na yung medyo dramatic text. That's how are we going to end the presentation. So yun lang po. Madali lang siya actually, no? In fact, you can do this in one day, ano po? Kailangan lang talaga ng practice. And I appreciate the parents are, this is just once in a year activity, and I'm happy that we were given the opportunity also to do it. So yun lang po. Family group chat for those selected students. Family videos, 1 minute downside, 1 minute showing the hopeful side. Dance steps, nakalagay dito kung saan yung dance step na nakatayo. Lahat nakahiga po ito lang yung nakatayo. And then students singing the chorus part and then blowing of the candle. Sige po. Kung may question kayo, type nyo lang dun sa GC natin. Alright, so punta na tayo sa actual flow ng mismong presentation. No? So para at least makita niyo, high level lang po to, hindi pa to final, might be magbago depende sa ipapasa nyo rin po ng mga videos. So we would like also the parents and the students to become more creative. So ako lang naman is to make sure lang na medyo yung flow should be consistent, visually, like what I mentioned as well, visually consistent as well. At least that na-share natin yung tamang message as well. So opening scenes, we will start with a dark screen, sabi ko nga, and then eventually news reporting. So may mga nakita na akong magagandang clips from the web. Actually, ito katulad nito, clip to ng Manila during the pandemic. So nakita nyo, it's technically, there's no people in it. Ano? So papakita natin yung shots na yan at the very beginning. So it's too dark. Ano? And then pwede rin po ito. How do I remove this? Okay. Pwede rin po, meron pa ako isang shots sa, this one. Magsa-start ng reporting ni President Duterte about the COVID. That's how we're going to start. So para at least makita nila na ito yung reality, no? Touch of the reality. So that's it. And then after that, sabi lang dito na papakita natin na may group chatting. So biglang mag-fade, tapos pupunta dun sa group chatting na nagchat-chat kunyari yung 3 students. Originally, ang suggestion ni teacher dito is voice, like mag-chat sila, kunyari voice, no? Nag-uusap sila. However, parang sabi ko, gawin natin medyo non-conventional. Ang gagawin natin is parang ganito. Technically, ang kailangan ko lang po na shots dun sa 3 kids is parang nag-zoom in lang siya. Papakita nyo lang na nagising sila kunyari in the morning and then they got the cell phone. Pwedeng ganon. Tapos they are just texting. Technically, they're just texting and smiling or reacting to the text, something like that. So to give you an example of how it actually looks like, so ganito siya. Nakita nyo, yung video is zooming in lang. O pwede kasi naka-stagnant lang yung video, okay lang din naman. Ako na lang yung bahala maglagay ng chat na ganito. So technically, yung first part nung presentation after nung report is technically meron na rin ginawa si teacher na script. I think pa-practicing din nila to. So at least, technically wala naman silang sasabihin. Mag-text lang kunyari sila. So yun lang po ang kailangan ko lang pong request sa parents po ni Mark Sven at saka ni Marcus Joaquin on your first video. Ganito po siya, nakahiga. And then pag yan nyo po, lagyan nyo ng space sa gilid. Huwag nyo pong i-center for example, si Mark Sven. Huwag nyo i-center. Ilagay nyo siya sa gilid. Pwedeng nasa left, pwedeng nasa right. Kayo na po ang bahala. Paupuin nyo kunyari sa chair. Then i-focus nyo lang dun sa camera. Then pwedeng nagzo-zoom in or pwedeng, for example, nakatayo lang, then nag-acting na po and then nagte-text. Ako na yung bahala maglagay nung, for example, they're chatting. Then you have questions, just let me know po. Ha? So yung script, ito gagawin ko lang siyang parang ganitong script na nagte-text kunyari sila sa Facebook, sa Messenger. And then after that, matatapos po siya, sabihin na, I want to have a party, and then me too, by Marcus Ben and also Marcus Joaquin, and then the scene fades out, and then papasok naman yung group chat scene. Na kung saan meron naman tayo, iba pang students naman na meron din silang script. Pero ito na po yung shoot nila on Thursday. So technically para lang silang nasa class. Ang purpose nito is teacher is actually in the chat you can see the script, but what teacher is trying to say is that yes, that we it's the reality that we have this and you have to be quarantined. But Jesus will be happy if all the people will go after him for Christmas. And then sabihin ni teacher na tuloy pa rin ang Pasko. And then what teacher's going to do is he will, for example, he will say, all right, let's bounce 3, 2, 1. And then ito parang animation lang na parang superbook animation na pupunta siya sa ibang realm and doon na magsa-start yung station ID afterwards. So the station ID starts with shots of parol, for example, Christmas lights. We'll see kung paano yung, it might change, but yeah, that's what we're initially thinking of. And then after that, ang unang verse, di ba? Oh, bakit kaya tuwing Pasko? Ang una rito is si Johan. Johan. Okay, first ito is si Johan. Ang nakita namin na scene is a family with no money. So nakita natin parang magkuha kayo kunyari ng wallet. So walang laman, tapos malulungkot si Johan. Walang words, just acting. Kasi it's like what I mentioned, it's a station ID. And then after that, like isip na lang po kayo, for example, kahit walang pera, it's okay, but I have a gift for you, or we are a complete family, and then so on and so forth. Number 2 naman is si Marcus Joaquin. Ang naisip namin initial is parent working overtime. So may kita na sobrang busy si parent. For example, si Marcus Joaquin goes to mother or to father, and he was initially ignored kasi they're too busy. Yung pala pinapakita ni Marcus Joaquin is, I love you, dad, mom, and something like that. Yung pala yun yung Christmas gift niya. Mga ganun pong scenarios. Kayo na pong bahala. And then gagawin natin kasi sa chorus part, ganito siya. Yung first 2 verses, gagawin natin yung problem or the problematic side. And then dun sa chorus part, dun natin papakita yung hopeful side per students. So ganun siya, no? So para at least papakita per verses yung problema, and then sa chorus part, doon natin papakita yung hopeful side. So ganun din siya sa other students. So next naman, instrumental. Kunyari, Ezekiel, for example, si mommy, na pwedeng pakita siguro na galing siya sa hospital, tatanggal siya ng face mask, or ng mga kung meron siyang gloves. And then malulungkot si Ezekiel kasi the mom is too tired, ganyan. And then eventual, Ezekiel will hug the mother, and that's the hopeful side. So pwedeng ganun, ano? Rohan naman, for example, ito yung sinasabi kong example kanina, you miss Christmas celebration, pwedeng nakatingin siya sa bintana kung there is, no? And then after that, malungkot, pakita lang dun sa shot na malungkot siya, pwedeng nasa likod yung shot. And then pagharap ni Johan, may kita na may dahil, for example, si daddy na Christmas item, or if not, parol, and then everyone will be happy. Something like that. Mabilis lang, 2 minutes, no? Including na yung dalawa. And then, ganon ulit. Chorus part, si Ezekiel and si Rohan will be showcasing yung hopeful side of the presentation. And then, every time na merong long instrumentals, kasi meron din doon tayo mag-insert po ng mga TikTok dances. Kaya ako po pinapa-perform yung instrumental part. Kasi doon natin ipapasok yung mga TikTok dance. Yes. Tapos next is, sa amin, si David, for example, one of the parents working abroad, namimiss niya si parent, and then kakatok kunyari sa pinto, darating si parent, so something like that. Instrumental, medyo mahaba na instrumental. Kay Marcus Ven, teacher, we heard about your new kid. Kung gusto niyo ng airtime for the new kid, Marcus Ven is excited to play with the kid. Kaya lang he's still a kid or she's still a kid. And then eventual, you will just, kayo na po ang bahala. If you think that this is not appropriate, it's okay. You can change it as well. Next, verse 4, si Teacher Fred and Kuya Emil, nag-signify din si Kuya Emil to join us para at least mayroong touch of support team from LSCA. So, sila na bahalang gumawa ng scene. Magaling naman si Teacher Fred sa scenes, no? And then yan, yung tatlo, medyo mahaba-haba kasi itong chorus na to, silang tatlo will show yung iba-ibang scene na ipapakita natin yung hope side nung situation na pinakita natin kanina. And then again, second instrumental, TikTok dance. So kailangan natin ng mga TikTok dance ng students kasi ipapakita natin sila. And then ito na yung chorus part ng last. No? So ito medyo ano na siya, shots from the parents and the students based probably from here. Also shots of the kids singing yung chorus part. We will also be getting shots from LSCA teachers and staff. Sabi ko nga, si Kuya Grab, kung may nurse and doctors, ito pwede kasi makuha to sa internet like this one. Meron akong mga nakita na mga magagandang video shots. Baba kasi ito. For example, ito, yung nagsasayaw na traffic enforcer. Tapos yung mga military people that are dancing. From the BGMP that are dancing. Meron din mga doctors and nurses that are dancing as well. Parang TikTok din yung ginagawa nila. Pero pinapakita natin that everyone. And then the chorus part itself would be, in one way or the other, bisang, parang patong-patong na sound na siya. So ganun ang gagawin natin. Para at least mas highlight yung presentation. So ganun siya. And then, this is something that I'm still working on. Ang gagawin natin, towards the end, yung tuloy na tuloy pa rin, tuloy na tuloy pa rin, tuloy na tuloy. Magkakaroon tayo ng parang animation dun sa video na mag-join together yung iba't ibang mga videos into the center. We're thinking of a heart, we're thinking of a star, but we're thinking of actually spelling Jesus or Jesus, no, dun sa center. So depends na lang po kung kakayanin. But ito yung nakikita natin na highlight. So as you can see, parang medyo siya, may grand kasi lahat na ng videos are actually combining and joining together, saying that we're glorifying the God whoever, wherever, and whatever situations we are in, something like that. And then after that, tuloy na tuloy pa rin ang Pasko. Then mag-fade yung video. Then tuloy na tuloy pa rin ang Pasko. Tapos unti-unti po, ipapakita natin yung tan, 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 yung towards the end. Magpatatanggal po sila or mag-blow sila ng candles. And then, yung last po natin, no pandemic will stop us celebrating Jesus' birth. He is more than enough. Jesus be glorified. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from parents, teacher, and students of Level 4. And then end. Yes, so that's overall the highlight, or at least the high level of how the presentation would be. Now, I know that these are quite a number of videos po, but I think in just one sitting you can do this. No? Siguro po, if you can set up a day prior December 8, mas maganda na mas maaga para at least maipadala na po natin, and then ma-sequence ko na siya na mas maganda. But December 8 is still fine, at least kasi po pag medyo extend pa tayo ng konti, medyo mahihirapan na rin po dahil we're targeting na Sunday, ika-Sunday ng week na yon, we will be submitting already the presentation. And then yeah, like what I've mentioned, the results, I will be giving you a soft copy. This will be uploaded as well in YouTube. Let me know kung may restriction po on the uploading. Baka may iba na ayaw na i-upload yung kids. May mga ganun kasi pong parents May mga ganung school din ako where I get engaged with. Ayaw nila na nasa YouTube yung kids nila. Let me know lang din po. However, yeah, this will be the one that we're targeting to present during the cantata. Now, if you have other questions, mostly siguro itong mga required na to, kung makikita nyo po, parang marami pero it's one sitting presentation or at least shot. Don't forget lang po, ulitin ko lang to, pag nag-shot po tayo, lahat po ng videos nakahiga except for the dance step or the TikTok dance. Lahat po dapat ay nakahigang ganito at yung TikTok dance ay nakatayo po. So ganun siya. Para at least consistent po, like what we said, visually consistent yung nakikita natin sa screen. Okay po, so If you need time, or at least if you need help, just let us know po para I can personally help you on your in this presentation. That's number one. And then number two po, kasi wala na tayong chance to really join together and meet, ano po, kasi everyone's busy, iba-iba yung schedules. And I appreciate really for all the parents that you're taking time for this. And thank you, teacher, as well for giving us the opportunity. But for now, yun lang pong hiling ko po for everyone na Um, in case that you have questions, just let us know dun po sa GC natin. And the earlier na matapos natin videos, the better, para at least mas mag-gather natin together. And yeah, I think um, let's make a really good presentation this time. And it's a collaboration effort of everyone. If you have other suggestions, may ibibigay ko po sa inyo itong PDF na to. If you have other suggestions or at least something that you can add on, that you're thinking of adding on, just let us know para mas maging maganda yung presentation natin. Okay po. All right. Thank you very much, mommies and daddies, and teacher Fred. Thank you very much. Have a great day and God bless you. Please keep safe. Bye-bye.